Prior to the Second World War, the Cameroons in Africa were administered jointly by France and Britain under a mandate issued by the League of Nations, a precursor to the United Nations. When the UN was formed, Britain continued to administer parts of the Cameroons under a United Nations trusteeship. It did so using resources from its administration of Nigeria, which was adjacent to the Cameroons. In 1960, the rest of the Cameroons achieved independence. In February 1961, at the suggestion of the UN, Britain held a referendum in the parts of the Cameroons that it governed. Voters had the choice of joining with the rest of Cameroon or becoming part of the Protectorate of Nigeria. Voters overwhelmingly preferred to become part of Nigeria in what seems to have been a free and fair referendum. As a result, in June 1961, the United Nations voted to end the British administration of the Cameroons, and those lands became part of Nigeria. The newly independent nation of Cameroon was unhappy at the loss of so much potential territory, and they sought to sue Britain on the basis that if Britain had administered the Cameroon territories separately, rather than administering them as part of Nigeria, the referendum would have turned out differently. The thing is, this was really quite hypothetical, and the ultimate decision to end British rule in the Cameroons had been a decision of the UN General Assembly, not just a British decision. The court said the termination of the trusteeship agreement and the ensuing joinder of the Northern Cameroons to the Federation of Nigeria were not the acts of the United Kingdom, but the result of actions of the General Assembly, actions to which the United Kingdom assented. That being the case, there really was no dispute between Cameroon and Britain to be resolved. The court said, the court may pronounce judgment only where there exists, at the time of the adjudication, an actual controversy involving a conflict of legal interests between the parties. The court's judgment must have some practical consequence in the sense that it can affect existing legal rights or obligations of the parties, thus removing uncertainty from their legal relations. As a result, the court declined to hear the application. From this case, we learn that a binding decision of the UN General Assembly will be treated by the court as binding on the court.